I don't know how else to really describe it. I think obviously people's First Amendment is important and the right to peacefully assemble is important. But what we have is a bunch of betoweled individuals breaking into buildings, holding people against their will, getting aggressive, putting hands on people. This is not protest. This is terror. Now, are there a bunch of people there that are literally just exercising their First Amendment rights? Yes. And I would be completely fine with all of everything that's going on, even though we may disagree on certain things. If they would police their own, if, charges would be brought against some of these lunatics, if the people that broke the law stayed in jail or actually got fined. But the universities are enabling this as they have dropped all charges against people that held a janitor against his will yesterday, broke into a building, and all sorts of other insanity. And I want to just kind of recap some of these clips because it shows you just how emotional and unhinged a lot of these people are. Again, it's like, I wish I could understand and hear from both sides in like a normal, articulated manner, but it seems like all the lunatics are on one side. You see this new Columbia protester tells Fox News reporter to get out of her face after he asked her multiple questions, including why they held 3 janitors against their will. Do you feel like it was right to hold 3 of the janitor workers against their will? I think that's really a false narrative. Do you think everything that happened on October the 7th is a false narrative? Get out of my face! I mean, I think ultimately, again, there's garbage on both sides, but whoever these janitors are, like, why aren't they pressing charges?
Do you feel like it was right to hold 3 of the janitor workers hostage within inside of the building?
I think that's a really false narrative.
That's what the janitors are saying, that they weren't allowed to leave.
I think that that's a really false narrative.
Even if the janitors are saying that, you're saying that that's not true.
I think that it's a really false narrative that
she learned false narrative in her word of the day calendar. No, they did hold them against their will. You can see Columbia University now locks down campus buildings following overnight mutiny, effective immediately. Again, I don't know what the total, let me just look up total students at Columbia, because I got to bet, okay, it's nearly 40,000, 37,000 students. Where are you all at? Where's the other 36,500 of you saying, yo, I'm going to school and you can suck a butt. I don't care about your protest. I don't care about your cause. I'm going to school. I guess like maybe you could say, oh, Columbia University is, liberal. And so they agree with this type of thing. I don't know. I don't think you can necessarily say that. I would assume that the overall majority of people there are apolitical, although it's Columbia. I guess it's different than like a state school. You could see in a statement hours after anti-Israel agitators stormed the iconic Hamilton Hall, by the way, insurrection of the Manhattan campus and barricaded the doors. The university said it would remain closed until circumstances allow otherwise. Imagine if you're one of these other students who are paying $80,000 a year, or you're a parent who co-signed a loan so your kid could go, co-sign a loan for $80,000 a year. You're $250,000 in debt, and your kid's LARPing as a revolutionary. Access restriction will remain in place until circumstances allow. What do you mean? You can see here they are breaking and entering. They're using a hammer to break into the building, break windows. This is not a First Amendment issue. Again, they can LARP, they can put all the towels they want on their head, they can do all this stupid crap. That's fine. I wouldn't even be making a video about it. Maybe I'd be making fun of them a little bit. But they can do all this. But breaking into buildings, barricading the doors, this is not actually protected by the First Amendment. Columbia students denied access to dining halls and food as pro-terror rioters forced campus lockdowns. It's funny to watch as the narrative has shifted. New York Post purports to kind of want to lean right. They don't. They still use people's preferred pronouns. And now it's like they went from protesters to pro-Palestine to now it's like pro-terror, all this kind of stuff. Now, again, are there decent people among these individuals protesting? I sure hope so. Furious Columbia University students say they were being denied access to dining halls and food on Tuesday after these rioters broke into an academic building and forced the Ivy League campus into lockdown. Only students residing in dorms on Morningside Heights campus and essential staff were being allowed in as of Tuesday, just hours after these losers seized the Hamilton building. Again, we are way beyond the First Amendment, right? We can agree on that. We are way past the First Amendment. Okay, we are into these people need to be arrested, charged, and put in jail. We're way past that. And I'm talking about the 3 dozen people that are breaking the law, that are trespassing, that are breaking down doors, things like that. And by the way, when you're in college, you don't have food in your dorm room. Okay? You don't have food in your dorm room. You have all you have is the food that you pay like a meal plan. You might have snacks in your room, but you're supposed to eat in the food area. I just woke up. I want breakfast. He said, after being blocked by campus security, I have to call my family and try to get some money for food. I have a set amount of dining swipes and cover me for the semester. I have 25 left worth $18 a piece, and I can't use any of them. And those who were allowed access to campus had to file through a screening tent. The Post spotted one woman crying as she was turned away by security. Another was forced to log into a class remotely from the sidewalk. All of this is because of 200 people. 40,000 students are living. This is terror. Okay? 40,000 students. 40,000. Why don't, you just wonder, why aren't they just telling these losers to back up out of here? Now, I don't know how many of these people are students. I assume most of them. You see AG posting, these are criminals, not protesters. The entire problem is schools have pretended like they can't tell the difference. Oh, look, who is leading the effort? Kaimani, quote, all Zionists must be extinguished. James, someone allegedly banned from campus, but Columbia isn't even enforcing the rules. So he's not even a student there. Here's a video of him leading the mob to go after 3 students just trying to protect the building. I mean, all you're doing is turning me into a guy who doesn't care at all, who didn't care about either side. You're turning me into supporting the side that you supposedly say are the bad guys. I mean, like, I don't know what to tell you, but I don't want any part of this. This is not First Amendment issues. Storming these buildings. Again, Justin, no charges after last night's raid on Columbia University. Despite them storming and overtaking a building, holding hostages, and going after students, not one person was charged. Why? Because Columbia University refused to let NYPD in. Where are these janitors? Any one of these janitors, I guarantee you, I will donate you to your legal fund. I don't know, $5,000 to sue these students and sue the school. Because you should, and you should win. Guess what, janitors? You should be suing this school for millions of dollars, and you should never have to work again. Because the school is who enabled this. I'll donate $5,000 to your legal fund right now if you're one of these 3 janitors that were held hostage so you can sue the school. I'll even hook you up with a lawyer. Then you go to Portland State University's decided to pause its financial relationship with Boeing, caving to the demand of pro-Gaza activists. President Could announced the decision in a letter. An autonomous zone similar to Chaz has been erected on campus. Like, why aren't you just sweeping through this and like that? It's nuts. You see Jewish students surrounded by an out-of-control mob after he attempted to enter a university campus. All these people are saying, what are you talking about? There's nobody who's going insane. Here's people arrested at the University of Florida protest this evening. Now, in my latest segment, pictures you can smell, let's take a look. Smells, really smells, definitely. So these are people who call you, these are the people, by the way, who are calling you a fascist on the internet. What? What? They just keep getting worse as you go down. Look at this guy. It's like a who's who of venereal disease and shame. Getting students peppers. You see a live video of the janitors who are being held against their will being released. I mean, what is this nonsense? These students should be criminally charged. Criminally charged. And they should be charged with kidnapping and all sorts of whatever, terror escalators. The parents, where are you? 40,000 students means at least 40,000 moms and dads. 80,000 should be showing up on campus right now to protect your kids. Parent at UCLA gave permission to release the audio of her phone call with UCLA PD as they described the school's directive to allow protesters to restrict the movement of Jewish students. Quote, are the protesters allowed to block students who are paying tuition from classes? No, but unfortunately, they have taken over the area. We received a directive not to intervene. So you're allowing the protesters to block Jewish students. I'm not allowing it. The school is. Yes, the school is saying that they will not be removed at this time. Here's an idiot that glued themselves to a bench outside NYPD. Why are we even helping them? Just let them sit there and rot. Stay glued. Stay glued. And again, they didn't charge a single one of them. I mean, this is incredible. This is wild. This is insanity. This is terror. There's lots of people who are peacefully protesting and they have every right to, but this is not that. These people storming this and that and holding people against their will, they are not. And by the way, let it go on, I guess. This is all great. This is Joe Biden's America. This is college campuses. I love it. Let it keep escalating because you know what's going to happen? Someone's going to lose their life and everyone's going to say, I told you so, and nothing will change. Unless it does. Hopefully it will. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you were informed by it, please do follow or subscribe down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.